Crick Classics Rewind, the 2001 Eden Gardens Miracle. Welcome to Crick Classics Rewind, your time machine to the unforgettable moments that shaped cricketing history. Today, we take you back to one of the most iconic matches the game has ever witnessed, the 2001 Eden Gardens Test between India and Australia. The stage was set in Kolkata at the legendary Eden Gardens Stadium, a coliseum of dreams and despair. It was the second test of a three-match series. Australia, under Steve Waugh, came in on a 16-match winning streak, the longest in Test history. They had just crushed India in Mumbai and were eyeing a historic clean sweep on Indian soil. India, led by Sourav Ganguly, were under pressure, and things only got worse. Australia batted first and posted 445 runs, thanks to a brilliant century from Steve Waugh and contributions from Hayden, Langer, and Gilchrist. India, in reply, collapsed. Despite a promising start, they were bowled out for 171. The Australian bowling trio, Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne, and Jason Gillespie, looked unplayable. India was forced to follow on, trailing by 274 runs. The match, for all practical purposes, looked over. But what happened next would rewrite the narrative, not just of the match, but of Indian cricket itself. Enter VVS Laxman and Rahul Dravid. Laxman, who had scored a fluent 59 in the first innings, was surprisingly promoted to number 3 in the second. What followed was poetry in motion. Starting cautiously, he grew in confidence, timing the ball with a grace and elegance rarely seen. At the other end, Dravid, known for his grit and patience, joined him after early wickets had fallen. India ended day 3 at 254 for 4, still trailing by 20 runs. Nobody knew what was coming on day 4. That day, March 14, 2001, is now etched in cricketing folklore. Laxman and Dravid batted the entire day without losing a single wicket. It was a masterclass in resilience, stamina, and shot-making. The Aussies tried everything: spin, pace, reverse swing, sledging, but nothing worked. VVS Laxman scored a majestic 281, the highest ever individual score by an Indian at the time. Dravid was equally heroic, with a gritty 180. The duo stitched together a 376-run partnership, turning a hopeless situation into an improbable position of strength. India declared their innings at 657 for 7, setting Australia a target of 384 runs to win. It was a brave declaration, showing belief in their bowlers, especially a young off-spinner who was having the series of his life, Harbhajan Singh. Australia started their chase well, but Harbhajan had other plans. On day 5, Baji weaved a magical spell. He took 6 wickets, adding to his already sensational hat-trick in the first innings, the first by an Indian in Test cricket. Sachin Tendulkar chipped in with 3 wickets as the Aussies were bowled out for 212. India won the match by 171 runs. It was only the third time in the history of Test cricket that a team had won a match after being forced to follow on. The Eden Gardens erupted. The nation erupted. And with that win, India's self-belief was reborn. The victory not only leveled the series but shifted the momentum. India would go on to win the final test in Chennai and clinch the series 2-1, handing Australia a taste of their own dominance. This match, the Miracle of Eden Gardens, was more than just numbers and records. It was about spirit, about fight, about never giving up. It inspired a generation and marked the rise of a new era in Indian cricket. Laxman, Dravid, Harbhajan, they were the architects of this miracle, but it was also a triumph of belief, of a team refusing to bow down in the face of near-certain defeat. And that's why the 2001 Eden Gardens Test will forever remain one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the sport.